you sure Antunes isn't dead? No. He's sleeping. He seems to be dead, but he's not.
Do you really think my father's going to give you $5 million for me?
Yes, I believe so.
You don't know my dad.
You mean that you're not worth $5 million for a man as rich as your father?
A building or some stocks would be worth $5 million. But a person? A human being does not make a profit.
We'll see.
I'm so hungry.
Tell me about it.
You know, I have a couple donuts in the car. If you want, you can come with me. I won't touch anything. You can...
I'm afraid we can't do that. We'll just have water. All right, let's go. You must be starving.
Thank you.
Let me get my shoes.
Okay.
I'll give you any guarantee or collateral, but it has to be right away. Because... Oh, come on, man. You're treating me like another client asking you for credit. What do you want, a resume? Jeremy, I'm desperate. I went to the bank. They're treating me like another client asking them for credit. People can be so ungrateful. Remember when I helped them out and they were going to take them over and they had all those withdrawals? Jeremy, I can tell you what's happened. My daughter's been kidnapped. They've asked me for $5 million by tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I know that. Really? Of course that helps me. A lot. I'm gonna contact the West Coast and see if I can raise the remaining $2 million. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you.
You shouldn't do that. This is the only thing you're having until tomorrow.
Take care. I would feel terrible eating alone while you're watching me.
We have to economize our war supplies.
Would you tell me your real name?
You could call me Caroline.
From the outside, I don't see anything unusual. Everything seems to indicate that he might have died of a heart attack. And yet, it doesn't make sense.
What, that they left the ID on him?
Yeah.
It's gotta be Jim Palmer. Why would they leave him in a place where it could be so easily found? It's gotta be intentional.
Yes, it's Jim Palmer. What was the cause of death?
We don't know yet. But Dr. Brown here is going to perform an autopsy. We should know later on tonight.
They didn't call back again.
Did you get the money?
Only some of it. I'm desperate. I'm gonna keep trying for my house. Just waiting for their call is just killing.
Maybe that's a good idea. You should stay home and I'll come by and see you later. My men have uncovered some very interesting information. We're gonna keep it quiet. You ready, Doc?
Yeah.
When you finish, call me. Maybe in a couple hours or less.
Yes, probably.
All right. You know, Mr. Stein, you wouldn't believe it.
God, Ferguson, my daughter kidnapped. When we read about those things in the
Hey,
papers,
just get out of here.
Can we have another?
Male specimen, positive identification, Jim Palmer, Caucasian, 6 feet 1 inches tall.
Hey, it's Jennifer. Let me talk to Bruce. Hey, it's me. Listen, I am at the morgue, and I'm in the lounge, and I have some big news. I have a big story. I just heard that Alfred Stein's daughter, yeah, the millionaire, she was kidnapped. Yes, I'm sure. Stein said it himself. I heard him talking to Chief Ferguson. I don't know, I guess he's in charge of the case. But here's the news. They're gonna try and keep it quiet. No. I'm alone with the cameraman. Phil. Jesus, I cannot get caught here. Listen to me. I'm headed for Stein's house now. He's already gone there. He's left with Ferguson. I'll find out. Great. Fine. Have them leave now and get ready to go live. No, no one else knows. We have ourselves an exclusive. Look, I gotta get off the phone and go find Phil. I'll talk to you later, okay? Yes, I'll stay in touch. Bye.
Starting with standard Y incision.
Oh, Trish is waiting is killing me. Alfred doesn't come back. The kidnappers don't call. The policeman doesn't show up. And we don't know anything. Be careful. Don't burn yourself. God, that's all we need to have to rush you to the hospital.
I'm a nervous wreck.
Would you like to take a Valium?
No, Mrs. Vivian, no, I wouldn't. I would like to stay alert if there are any news.
I've already taken 2. They didn't do a thing for me. He's dead! Yes, this is Vivian Stein. Oh, Claire. How are you? Nothing, it's just that I was working out. What? Oh, no, I couldn't possibly. Well, I think I'm catching a terrible cold. Well, because exercise is supposed to be the best thing for it. No, I couldn't play bridge. That's different, the things you say, Claire. Claire, I have to go. I'm cooling down. Yes, I'll call you later. Yes. Same to you. She's doing fine, too. And how did you find out? Oh, of course. Well, you know, she inherited her father's strong character. It was her decision. And one can't interfere in such matters. Oh, Claire. I have to say goodbye. Oh, Trish, I don't know how I'm going to deal with this.
Ferguson. He woke up when I was making my first incision. He screamed and I panicked. I must have fainted. God, he was bleeding to death. I killed him. You hear what I'm saying? I killed him.
Does anyone else know about this?
No, my tech called in sick. I'm all alone in the department tonight.
And this man is officially dead and you were doing an autopsy.
Yeah, but what are you saying? I couldn't.
What do you mean, couldn't? Dr. Brown, you're also a cop. I need some answers here. People don't just die and come back to life. The coroner announced this man. They confirmed that this man was a corpse. Only dead people come into this room, right? So just calm down and do your job. Brown, you could have all the answers that I need. We're not dealing with regular monsters here. These people must have injected him with some kind of drug, made him swallow something.
Look, Frank, maybe you can stay and help me do this autopsy. Maybe you'll see something. I mean, I'm not 100%.
Just open up your eyes so we can find out why we all thought the owner was dead. You know, I was at a police convention in France 2 years ago. It was a similar case to this. Used some kind of drug to make a feel like it was a heart attack or simulate death. So they get him out of jail.
Do you remember its name?
No. They thought it existed, but it was never proven. Let's get it over with.
The heart or the brain? It must be one or the other.
You know more about it than I do.
Look, Frank, just tell me one thing. You gonna bring me in for involuntary homicide?
Just concentrate on finding out what I think is in this body.
Mr. Stein, Jennifer Norman for WWSB. Do you know anything about the kidnappers?
No comment.
How much is the ransom money? Have you been able to speak
No
with your
comment.
daughter? Mr. Stein, your exclusive comments for WWSB. Have you been contacted by the kidnappers?
Miss, try to understand. I have no comment at this time.
Have the kidnappers made contact with you?
Sir, any news?
No. Did they call back again?
No.
Where's Vivian?
Alfred, they haven't called. Were you able to do anything?
I contacted everyone. But it seems like 24 hours is just too short a time to get that amount of money. It's incredible. Being so wealthy and don't have enough cash in one given moment.
Alfred, don't frighten me anymore. You are going to get that money, aren't you?
I think so. There's going to be a transfer from the West Coast.
Why from the West Coast? Why can't you do something from here? Alfred, you are a rich man and you own stocks in a bank.
Vivian, I can't take other people's money to deal with my problems. It has to be a transfer, which takes 24 hours. It's about sending money across the country, not about delivering a suitcase full of cash.
What if I sold my jewelry? Maybe somebody would buy it. It's very valuable, you know.
And believe me, the money won't be the problem.
Earlier today, the daughter of Alfred Stein, the prominent Miami businessman, was kidnapped by unknown perpetrators. Alfred Stein is one of the most powerful and influential men in South Florida, and speculation as to the motive of the crime is unknown at this time.
Did you notice there are some TV people outside? They found out already.
No, I didn't. You mean outside or inside the house?
Inside. In the garage. They followed me.
And you didn't send them away? They have no right to be in my home.
They could be helpful if the kidnappers don't call back like they said. Maybe we could establish some sort of contact with them. Maybe send them a message.
Alfred, you're going to have trouble getting that money ready for tomorrow, aren't you?
I don't know that yet.
Oh, Alfred, don't be so sad. I'm sure you'll be able to get the money in time.
I can't let my daughter down this way. I have to make the payment before the time. If I don't, I just don't know.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what you're doing here?
Yeah, we're here covering the kidnapping.
Chief Ferguson, Jennifer Norman, WWSB. Can you tell us any details on the kidnapping of Alfred Stein's daughter?
The only thing I can tell you, Miss Norman, is that we're working on the case.
Can you give us any information about the kidnappers?
No.
Have you had any contact with them?
We're just working on the case.
As we informed you earlier, Chief Ferguson is in charge of this case. This has been an exclusive update live from the Stein residence.
I heard the TV. It felt like Vivi was here. Watching TV all the time. That was her escape from the world. Trish, have you seen the crowd outside? It's gonna be a free-for-all. And not one of them cares about my daughter. None of them.
Chief Ferguson, can you tell us anything about the kidnapping?
Miss Norman, I don't have any information.
How much is the ransom?
I have no idea.
Is it true that it is $10 million?
I'm sorry I can't be of any
Chief
assistance
Ferguson,
to
you
you.
must know if there's any...
Are you bored?
Yes, a little.
We have to be patient. Anyway, this won't take long. Are they showing anything interesting?
The news is about to be over, and then the talk shows come on.
Don't you watch the talk shows?
Yes, I do, but the thing is, I feel so nervous that they're making such a fuss over me. My house looks like a circus. They have cameras everywhere, and I don't know, maybe you don't want me to watch this.
Oh, I don't mind. Let's watch anything.
It should look interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful novel.
What's the name?
The Book of Laughter and Oblivion by Amelia Kandera.
I don't need much.
You don't know what you're missing.
I do sports, tennis, I think I told you. Do you like sports?
I'm too lazy for that. But I do a little bit of jogging to get rid of this butt.
To get rid of what? You have a great body.
Really?
What's your book about?
It's about a Czechoslovakian refugee that has to work as a waitress in a Western country, and about her fight against the oblivion that is wiping out her memories of her loved ones and her own life.
Wow, you make it sound so interesting.
It is indeed. Tomorrow, when all this is over, I'll give it to you as a present so that you can remember. The main character in this novel and I are very much alike.
Do you really think there'll be a happy ending and that I'll be able to receive my present?
Of course I do. Let me tell you something, young lady. You're very pessimistic for a 16-year-old. Oh, look. I'm going to show something.
We now bring you an update on an exclusive report brought to you earlier today by WWSB News. This morning, Alfred Stein's daughter, Vivian, was kidnapped. Mr. Stein is the president of ASIS. The young lady left her residence in North Miami Beach to attend David Fisher High School in Aventura. As usual, 2 bodyguards accompanied Vivian Stein. This time, they were intercepted, probably near the school, by presumed terrorists. Earlier this afternoon, one of the bodyguards, Jim Polner, was found dead near the Stein residence. WWSB was unofficially informed that the cause of Polner's death was a heart attack, although the results of the autopsy have not yet been revealed.
This is a circus.
It doesn't need any more performers, just a larger tent to put them in.
WWSB News was also unofficially informed that Alfred Stein was asked for a large amount of money by the terrorists. We now go to the Stein residence where Jennifer Norman stands live ready to bring us the latest update.
We have just been told by a reliable source that Alfred Stein will send a televised message to the kidnappers at 7 a.m. this morning. WWSV will remain at the Stein residence to continue our coverage throughout the night. Back to you.
They're gonna ask you for a discount. Don't you see? You've kidnapped the wrong person. My parents don't love me, and they won't give you a cent for my life.
What happened between you people?
No, nothing. It's just that you don't know what it's like to have parents that you have absolutely nothing in common with. Although anyone would think that they absolutely adore me because they have given me anything I've ever wanted in life.
Sometimes people think that's the best way to show their love. They want their children to have and to be what they never had or never could be.
That is not my parents' case. Although I'm quite sure they are very happy to be where they are now. The other night, I overheard my parents argue because they always argue. And this time I heard my father telling my mother how he would have preferred me to be a boy, to take over the family business. Can you believe that?
Sure, I believe it. I have a younger sister, and my father used to say he had a pair of toys for gentlemen. Men say that kind of crap.
Yeah, jerks.
Vivian Stein is the NCAA's tennis champion, and she made the U.S. team for the Federation Cup this year.
Vivi, you have to be clear about this. You're alone in this world. And whatever you accomplish, you owe it to yourself. I think you're putting the guilt trip on your parents, who maybe are giving you the only thing they can give.
You don't get it. I have accomplished many things in life, but absolutely everything has come directly or indirectly, not because of who I am, but because of whose daughter I am. Look, I get excellent grades in school, but that's because I have a private tutor for almost every subject. I'm a tennis champ, but I have a private trainer. One time, I wanted to open up a small business with some friends of mine, sports apparel, you know. So I went to a bank, not my daddy's, because we needed a loan. I go to the bank, and the minute the gentleman finds out who I am, he approves the loan immediately, just like that.
Is that so terrible? I wish I had that problem.
You don't understand me.
I guess I don't.
Listen, I don't exist as an individual. I am simply Mr. and Mrs. Alfred Stein's daughter. A spoiled, rotten brat. I do whatever I want, and nobody says anything, because they wouldn't want to bring about my parents' rage.
But your mom is not a powerful person or anything.
No, Caroline, my mother is worse. Her case is really sad. She is a bright woman. She has gone to the best schools in Europe, but yet it seems like her only mission in life is to represent my dad socially. She has to be beautiful and charming. She has to be nice to whoever my father says. She has to flatter any jerk that my dad tells her to. She even throws parties to politicians' wives to whom she would never talk to. But she does it for the bank and for our interests. And her only compensation is to be on the list of the most beautiful and elegant women in the country.
Sometimes in life you don't do what you want, but what you have to do.
Yes, but with dignity.
Funny they didn't have any more children.
No. Their punishment was not having my baby brother. I'm glad, because then there would be two of us, the Stein idiots.
I would have never imagined that a girl like you would need to draw attention in such a desperate way.
No, it's not that. It's just I've never talked to anybody like this before.
Why me? I'm not the kind of person you could identify with.
As a matter of fact, I feel that you are authentic. You know what you want and you go for it. Fearlessly. I've seen you work today. I wish I could be more like you.
But after all, your parents and I are very much alike. I do all this for money. I like money. And I don't know how to enjoy it.
My parents are the same, but in the opposite way. Only you have that bad girl tag stamped on your forehead. Only your procedures are not that different.
In a way, this kidnapping will make you the main character of your own life. This will belong to you forever. Something deep inside of you will always make you different.
Yes. I will be the main character in my life when you kill me. It'll be the first thing I do without my parents. We will be alone, you and me.
What do you think? Is there a handy cam in the truck?
Yeah, sure. There's one in there by the toolbox. Why?
You bring it here without anyone noticing?
Yeah. What do you want it for?
I want to break into the house, and I need the camera.
Want me to go with you?
No. I want you to stay here and cover for me. No. I want you to make up a story and follow it. Okay? Go! Bring me the camera and don't let anyone see you.
Mrs. Vivian, why don't you try and get some sleep? You must be exhausted.
No, Trish. I couldn't. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of going to sleep and then waking up and being told that my daughter is dead.
Don't say that. Everything is going to be fine.
Maybe we won't be able to get that money by 2 o'clock. They gave us so little time. Those people must be tired. It's probably 4 o'clock in the morning and they haven't had anything to eat, I bet.
I can't stand those reporters. They don't care about how we feel. They're just there, waiting for the bad news.
That's the way it is, Trish. That's their job. Let's go make them some sandwiches and coffee. Those reporters can help us a lot.
I'm so lucky I should be in Hollywood.
Mr. Stein! Mr. Stein! Jennifer Norman from WWSD. I want to talk to you. Go! Get
The Stein just started me through my door. What are you doing here? You can't break into people's houses. You don't have the right to do that.
I'll be very helpful, Mr. Stein. Let's take your message right now. Let's send it. It'll be better for everyone. Your daughter could be home that much sooner.
Yeah, I'll take you to jail. Make sure you get sued by Mr. Stein.
Take this camera away from me. I have the right to inform the public. This is my job, officer. Mr. Stein, please help me.
Martin, let her go. It's worse if we have the press against us.
Let's say that. Maybe I am looking for the exclusive, but I also want to help you. What you did to me?
We're still a secret.
Miss, try to understand. We're at a crucial moment here. My daughter's life depends on it. Now I'm going to make a statement at 7 o'clock. Everybody will have the exclusive then. In the meantime, have mercy on us.
Look, Mr. Stein, talk to me first. I'll promise that I'll put you on the air every 15 minutes to make sure that your kidnappers hear your message. I can help you. And you need me.
What are you talking about?
You heard me.
All right. I'm going to give you my message. Let me tell you something. If they kill my daughter, I'll never work again in this country.
Let's get down to business, Mr. Stein. We're helping each other.
Did you bring a list of all the people that came in from Europe in the last 15 days?
Yes, here they are, broken down by airline companies.
All this? Shit, Simmons. How about the arrivals according to the immigration's office?
Yeah, and here they are. I marked the ones from Russia, Germany, and the Middle East.
What the hell? What are we looking for? We have a voice. It's American.
Alfred Stein? Tell him he's waiting for the call on the wrong phone. Shut up and don't say a word.
Yeah, she's definitely American.
And those people knew Stein very well.
Not necessarily.
They knew his cellular phone number.
I thought about it. They could have got the phone number from Stein's daughter. Look, Simmons, I want you to find out where these people are staying in Miami. Only the ones that I marked on the list. Turn on the TV.
This is a message to the people who have my daughter. I have made all possible arrangements to satisfy your demands. I am transferring 65% of the total amount tomorrow morning. The rest will be transferred sometime in the afternoon. I humbly request. People who have my daughter. I have made
Alfred, are
all
you
possible
going out like
arrangements
that?
to satisfy your demands. What do you mean like that? I am transferring 65% of
Some
the total
property.
amount tomorrow morning.
You can't go out looking
The
so
rest will be
pitiful.
transferred sometime in the afternoon.
Those people won't believe you could have the ransom money.
Only request.
Vivian, how can you be so shallow? So stupid? How can you think about dressing up at a time like this? Is that all you have in your head? Don't worry. Black will look beautiful on you. You'll be the most elegant bitch at my daughter's funeral.
I have made all possible arrangements.
I shall never forget this.
I am
And I am
transferring
never
65%
going to
of the
forgive
total
you.
amount tomorrow morning.
I've kept my mouth
The
shut
rest-
because of Vivi, to keep the family together. But this cannot be forgiven.
And here is Mr. Alfred Stein's message.
I have made all possible arrangements to satisfy your demands. I am transferring 65% of the
going to
total
talk to the
amount
reporters.
tomorrow morning. The rest will be transferred sometime in the afternoon.
How'd I look?
I humbly request.
Mr. Stein, Jennifer Norman, WWS.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please. I cannot answer any of your questions. I need to get a message to the people who have kidnapped my daughter. I want you to know that I've made all arrangements to satisfy your demands. I have instructed the bank to make the first transfer of $3,250,000. The remaining $1,750,000 will be transferred sometime this afternoon. I give you my word of honor that nothing will interfere with these transfers, as I have used separate numeral accounts, which make it impossible to be traced. Finally, I beg you, be patient just a few hours longer. It is necessary to complete these transfers. Please, don't harm my daughter. She has everything to me.
What version did you like better?
Don't clean yourself with that. You don't know who's been lying there.
Let's freshen up a little.
And then we can have breakfast. We have some donuts left. I have a toothbrush for you. Would you like to take a shower?
Can I ask you something personal?
Go ahead.
What are you gonna do with the money? I mean, if my father finally gives it to you.
Investments? On my business?
You have a business? I mean, a company? I guess you must. Nobody can be a professional kidnapper.
Yes. In a way, I could say that I am a professional kidnapper.
Have you ever been to jail?
Never.
I didn't think so. You probably think I'm being nice to you so you won't kill me, but I find you to be the most fabulous person I've ever met. I wish I could be more like you.
You are who you are, and nothing else.
Yeah, true. I'm just a prisoner to my parents and to society.
You don't know what you're saying. Do you have a boyfriend or someone else that fills your head with garbage?
I've never had a boyfriend.
Girl, open up your eyes and see what you've got. You're a privileged woman who had a chance to live a kind of life that very few people could ever imagine. And you call yourself a prisoner? I am a prisoner. And I have never been in jail. And never will. I certainly know how to do my job. Maybe I'm the best. And what for? I can't enjoy it. I can't live life as a normal person, having fun out of little things in life. Because my life is a constant running away. Pack my bags, run, and start all over again. And I don't want to change it. Because I will lose the only thing I have. The freedom to choose. The only way out is always ahead of you.
These are real pros. In all my years on the force, I have never been in a situation where I don't have a damn clue. We have one woman. A woman that may have acted alone. Maybe she kidnapped the girl by herself, but I doubt it. We have an obligation to check every every woman that came into this country in the past 5 days and try to find out where they are. Simmons, use your computer. You look at me like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. That's the way terrorists work.
Do you have a husband and kids?
No. I don't have any kids, but I am in love. I'm gonna see him very soon. Well, maybe you can start all over. I mean, you'll have plenty of money. You can go to another country and nobody will know you. They have put a price tag on my head. There will always be someone after that reward. Take me with you. You airhead. How can you say that? I'm not a movie character. I kill people. So? Vivi, this is the way I earn a living. The most powerful people look for pros like me to do the dirty work. Once upon a time, I followed an ideal. But just like your parents, I sold myself. Now I do it for the money. Are you gonna give my father a little extra time? Are you gonna settle for a down payment? Are you gonna kill me just like you killed Antunes?
Tell him to come in. Ferguson, have a seat, please.
No calls, I'm afraid. Did you make that transfer?
Yes, it has been confirmed.
There's no way to trace it.
Duncan.
You know, Mr. Stein, I have a theory. I believe that these people are working with an international terrorist organization. They behave like professional hitmen. You haven't had any dealings with anybody outside this country, have you? Anybody that might put a contract out on you or revenge against you? Well, if that transfer's been made, I guess the kidnappers will hear about it soon and they'll call you back again.
They tell me that they have murdered Vivi?
No, Mr. Stein. No. These people want money.
Fergus, I feel so impotent, so helpless. For the first time, I'm gonna let my daughter down. I won't have a second chance to make it up to her.
Say something. Your dad made the first transfer. Soon it will be time to leave.
As soon as Simmons calls, get in contact with me. Tell him I need that information. Yes. I'll be at Stein's house. Yeah, he's ready with me.
Alfred, come home. It's 2 o'clock.
Yes? Very well.
second transference?
Yes. At the right moment. I just pray to God they have waited.
Mr. Stein, they waited. We got this whole city covered. We're gonna catch him. You can bet on it.
This is it. Undress. Don't you hear what I say? Take your clothes off and get in bed.
Chief Ferguson, Jennifer Norman, WWSB.
Was it true that you never had a boyfriend? Well, don't worry. This old bag won't have any strength to do anything. Sorry about this.
Can you tell us any details about the breaking of the case?
I have no comment.
Do you have any news from the kidnappers?
Alfred Stein? First of all, tell him he's never at the right place. And then, tell him his daughter is dead in room 68, Val d'Isère Motel, Key Biscayne.
Have you talked with Vivi? We're outside the Stein residence and a scream has just been heard from inside.
Alfred, they talked to me. They killed Bibi. They told me she's in room 68 at the Val d'Isère Motel in Key Biscayne. Alfred, you should have received that phone call.
We better go there now.
Fergus, I don't have...
Hey, listen. If this is true, I'm gonna need you to identify her.
I'm going with you.
You both better stay. Martin, let's go. I'll let you know what happens when I get to the motel.
Chief Ferguson, can you please tell us, is Vivi Stein dead?
We have no other information. I have nothing to say, no comment, thank you. Get up, you son of a bitch. You just gonna keep going like that? Get up!
It's totally drugged.
Miss Stein. Tell me this isn't what it looks like. Say something. Mr. Stein, yeah? That we found your daughter and she's alive. Yeah, but we have another problem. And I don't want to talk to you about it on the phone. Yeah, I want you to meet me down at headquarters. Thanks. I don't believe it. You know, Miss Stein, I just don't believe that a girl like you would come to a motel with a guy like this. Put on your clothes. Miss Stein, I should have this. Mr. Stein, it's very simple. See, the only thing we know is that we found your daughter in bed with the chauffeur.
This can't be.
I don't understand it either. We're having her examined by a doctor. Antonis is still asleep. We found him completely drugged. He hasn't been able to say a word. Would you like to talk to your daughter?
Yes, please.
Miss Stein, we know that you didn't have any physical relationship with Antunes. I want to talk about what really happened. Come with me.
Vivi, my dear, tell me what all this is about. Nothing's gonna happen, I promise. But try to understand. This looks like a self-kidnap. Don't misinterpret it.
Aren't you happy to see me alive?
Everything.
And take me home.
God, hon.
Excuse me, miss. Can I ask you your passport, please? Traveling to London, right?
Right.
Are you traveling alone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice trip.
Thank you. Hi.
I have some very good news, but I'm gonna need your help. Now, Antunes recovered, and he told us something that makes sense. He said it was a woman, a single woman that was responsible for the kidnapping. She injected him with a drug and then forced him to drive to that motel. Then he was unconscious. So I ordered my men to look for a woman who's probably on her way to leave the country. Antunes is looking through the files to see if he can identify her. Now, your daughter can really help. And she wasn't drugged, and she was in direct contact with the kidnapper for at least 30 hours. I'm counting on you. Okay? All right. Let's go have this press conference.
We now bring you the press conference live from the Stein residence in North Miami Beach.
Mr. Stein, can you tell us how your daughter's condition is?
Although she underwent tremendous stress, she's fine now.
Why isn't she here?
She's upstairs sleeping.
Did you pay the complete ransom?
Yes, to the last cent.
Chief Ferguson, can you tell us who the kidnappers are?
Well, we're working on that, and we hope to have this case closed in the next few hours.
I'm very glad everything turned out this way. I'm glad that Vivi's alive.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. We really appreciate what you did for Vivi. It was a great idea to show our message to the kidnappers
Yes,
so many times.
My wife is right. This goes to show you the importance of the media when used properly.
Good night, Trash. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm dead tired.
You know, Mr. Stein, I was just talking to Martin, a month ago, about the joys and the pitfalls of being a police officer. Now, if we don't have complete cooperation from the citizens, how can we do our work? Now, I need to have a conversation with your daughter.
Ferguson, try to understand. The girl has built a psychological barrier. She's in therapy, but simply refuses to talk about the kidnapping. This has been a nightmare for her.
Yeah, but it's been a month. I mean, searching for something is like trying to find a drop in the ocean.
Let me tell you something. I consider that money lost.
$5 million.
That's right.
$5 million?
I would have given up this entire business for my daughter's life. The only thing I want is that she live a normal life. And let time erase the memories of that day.
Mr. Stein, I'm a police officer. I have a duty to serve and protect. I can't do my job if I'm not able to have a conversation with your daughter.
I know, my friend. And believe me, that I really appreciate how discreetly you've been handling this investigation. But I want her to forget about this whole affair. Don't misunderstand me. If you push me, I'll send her away to Europe.
She must be the one. Ulrike Fromm. It's only a hunch, but she's got to be the one. There are no records on her entrance or departure from the country. Interpol is on her case. For Christ's sake. She could be anywhere. But she's German. She must be in Germany, right? Right?
Mr. Stein, good to hear from you again. Great. I knew you would call us any moment. Great. Oh, how could you say that, Mr. Stein? You're one of our most esteemed clients. Great. Listen, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. We can send our private airplane to pick you up. Great. It'd be great to see you again, Mr. Stein. Thank you.
This is so unfair. Now that I'm here, Kuchuflu has to leave.
Excuse me. Would you mind if I sit down here with you? I know you're an American.
Yeah, ich bin Amerikaner.
Thank you.
How do you know that I am American?
Well, I was just looking at you from across the cafe, and I could tell that you're an American.
You said you needed some help.
Yeah, my name is Frank. Frank Ferguson. I work for an art gallery, and I'm looking for this new German painter. Perhaps you can help me find her.
What makes you think that I know anything about painters?
Well, I can just look at you and tell that you're an artist.
An artist?
Yeah.
Well, in a way I am.
What's your name?
My name is Caroline Horner.
Caroline. How long have you been in Germany? When was the last time you were in the States?
Are you some kind of a cop?
Cop? Do I look like a cop?
As cute as one.